Okay, we're looking at lesson 8-7 and it's called factoring special cases. So one of the key concepts are, first let's start with the essential understanding. It says you can factor some trinomials by reversing the rules for multiplying special case binomials that you learned in 8-4. For example, recall the rules for finding squares of binomials. So we know that this is a rule that we need to know, and it's a plus b squared equals a plus b times a plus b, which is the same thing as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And the same thing for the minus. So any trinomial of the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared is called a perfect square trinomial. And we'll see some more examples of this. So because it is the result of squaring a binomial, reading the equations above from right to left gives you the rules of factoring perfect square trinomials. So we have for every real number a and b, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared gives me a plus b squared. So here's an example. X squared plus 8 squared plus 16 is the same thing as x plus 4 times x plus 4, because this 16 is a perfect square. If I take the square root of 16, it gives me 4, and then that means that my b is 4. Right? And if I take 2 times 4, it gives me 8 times my x, which is a, I get 8x. And then the same thing for this, 4n squared minus 12n plus 9. If I say that my a, by taking the square root, is 2n, and my b is 3, then I can use the equation, because I know 2 times 2n times 3 gives me 12n, so I can rewrite it as 2n minus 3 squared. So let's look at some more examples by looking at problem number 1. So it's factoring a perfect square trinomial. So what is the factor form of x squared minus 12x plus 36? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see, well, I already know the first term, x squared is my a term. So that's x squared. And my last term, can it be written as a square? It sure can. So I have 6 squared, which is 36. So and now I need to check out to make sure that if I do 2 times my a and 2 times my b, will I get this 12? Well, 2 times 6 times x does give me 12x. So therefore, it checks out, and I can write it as a square of a binomial, which is x minus 6 squared. Let's look at the ones for got it. So I have x squared plus 6x plus 9. And so I know that x squared plus 6x, and then the square root of 9 is 3 squared, correct? And I have a plus sign, so I'm looking for 2ab. Well, my a is equal to x, and my b is equal to 3. So if I plug that in, I have 2 times x times 3, and that gives me 6x. So it checks out, and so I can rewrite it. My a is x, my b is 3, x plus 3 squared. Let's look at the got it b, 1b. So again, x squared minus 14x plus 7 squared. So I need to check it out to make sure it works out. So I have 2 times my a, which is x, times my b, which is 7, and that gives me my 14x. So it checks out. So if my a is x and my b is 7, I can rewrite it as x minus, because I have a minus sign, 7 squared. I hope this helps.